Penularan COVID-19 memberi impak kepada kesihatan mental, terasing ketika Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan turut menyumbang kepada tekanan dan kemurungan.
When we were first introduced towards COVID-19 in March 2020, at least in Malaysia, although globally it was announced a little bit earlier than this, we were stuck with what we call a novel virus. This is a situation where we don't have any prior experience about this virus. We were then introduced to a word that was called pandemic. We probably heard about epidemic, endemic, but we were not very familiar with the word pandemic. We were also having a situation where we lacked the information about the enemy, the virus. We did not know what kind of infectivity it had, how was it infected. We were not sure about the treatments if someone was infected. So there's a lot of questions that were unanswered because of COVID-19. We were then also introduced to something called the Movement Control Order, or a lockdown as they call it in other countries, which in itself was an unprecedented event. And of course now we are in what we call the post-MCO era from May onwards, and we're talking about the new norm. This particular uncertainty has led to a lot of mental distress among many people. So why is mental health important, and how does it relate towards COVID-19? The first thing is, I think we've got to look back at the World Health Organization's definition of health. So health is a situation where you need to have your mental health, your physical health, and your social well-being tip-top, or on top of the bar, without the absence of a disease. So again, like I said, you've got to have your mental health, your physical health, and your social well-being on top of the ball, whereby we can also say that if your physical health is not great, you're considered to be unhealthy. If your social well-being is not great, you're considered to be unhealthy. And of course, if your mental health is not great, then you're considered to be unhealthy. So mental health is important because, if you look at the definition of good, positive mental health, an individual needs the positive mental health in order to develop himself to the best of his potential. He needs good mental health in order to be able to tackle stress. He needs good mental health in order to be able to work productively. And of course, finally, he needs good mental health to be able to serve the community better. So if he doesn't have good mental health, then he's not able to reach his full potential, he's unable to work productively, he's unable to serve his community, and of course, he's unable to manage stress. So it's really important that individuals have good mental health in order to do all of this. So it's also important for us to take note that good mental health is used in a variety of our life cycle. For some of us here, as I've highlighted, who are working, for example, you actually need good mental health in order to work productively at your full capacity and be able to achieve what you want at the workplace. But at the same time, for some of us here who are having families, for example, you need the same good mental health in order to deal with the other aspects of health. And even for those in the elderly population, the more senior category, you need good mental health in order to live an independent, quality life. So good mental health is imperative for all of us to have.